Good afternoon and welcome to the Victoria Advocate. I'm Becky Cooper, Managing Editor. We're a little late today because we're hearing Tony talk about a movie he saw, and we didn't want to ruin it for the audience, so apparently he didn't like it. So
That was horrible.
if you want to know what movie he's talking about, writing, calling, texting, whatever.
Ask me a question online and I'll tell you.
Okay, this is Tony Blandon, our city editor. Behind the camera is Tom Martinez, our digital editor, and our editor is in a meeting, so he will not be with us this afternoon.
Our movie reviewer, he and I are in sync on this movie. If you go back and read his review. I didn't read his review, but after you told me he panned it, it's like, yes, that's being polite.
Okay, we got two questions today. Koala bears aren't actually bears at all. What kind of animals are they?
Ooh.
Marsupial.
Oh,
I actually knew that one when I read
I
it.
got one this year.
Yeah, it took you to the end of
But-
28
days.
I
in
knew
the
that.
month.
I knew that one too.
Now here's
Marsupial.
the tough one for the day.
Oh,
Which U.S. president was once arrested by a D.C. policeman for speeding? Yeah, I didn't know this one until I looked at it. So, we'll let y'all think about that.
before he got in office, no doubt.
No, he was a president.
We talking like 60s,
He was
70s,
president
80s?
at the time? You sure?
It doesn't give a year, but it was a long time ago.
Okay.
Long time ago. So while y'all are thinking about that,
So you can skip everybody before 1903. Cars were still coming around then, 1903. Right.
okay, think about that one. On the budget for tomorrow, we have a story about two sets of siblings, who now are teaching at Nazareth Academy. But one set are alumni. One set is an alumni of Nazareth Academy. The other set went to Our Lady of Victory. So, a good little story.
She said that's filed.
Yeah, that is good. Good. And then we have an update on Dale School, the old Dale School in Cuero, working to make it into a community center. And a nonprofit from Abilene recently traveled to Cuero to pick up the remaining furniture, such as chairs and things like that. And they're donating them to schools in Mexico and Africa.
She's having problems getting all the reporting done on that.
Okay.
So that's iffy.
Okay. And in Commissioners Court this morning, County Commissioners approved the first development application for a subdivision under the new county plat rules. The second part of that story we're not doing. There was a fatal crash this morning out in between, it was in Jackson County, on the road that takes you from Enterprise to Formosa. I don't remember the number, it's a farm to market road, but the guy in the pickup truck died. Involved a pickup truck and two 18-wheelers.
Wow.
So, don't
Oh,
know
so
the
this is
name.
on State Highway 35?
No.
Oh.
A farm to market road,
Oh.
something. And then we also had a bailout in Goliad County. 10 people ran out of a car after it crashes during a chase with the sheriff's office in Goliad. And apparently this was a sedan that had 10 people crammed into it. So
Wow.
at least 10 people crammed
It
into it.
wasn't a little clown car, was it?
That
Just
is
kidding.
funny. Can you imagine one of those little spark cars?
Wow.
That's funny. We have update on port elections, the Calhoun Port Authority election. The race already includes, so someone else has filed for District 4. Roger Hochgraber, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's running against Randy Boyd, Paul Lauterbach, and Louis De La Garza. So there's 4 people in that race. Wow. Good. Then we have a brief from the Cuero Hospital. There's a Lavaca County Crime Stoppers, and there'll also be a Victoria Crime Stoppers. But apparently there's a burglary in southern Lavaca County on the 24th, which guns and gun safes were taken from the home. So,
Was that already?
yeah, that's already.
You already did that? Okay.
How many people voted in the last port election?
They haven't had an election in a long time because they've been
Because of
unopposed.
unopposed.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, how many votes it's going to take out of those 4 candidates now? Like, it's not going to take a lot of votes for somebody to win that.
No.
We should host a candidates forum down there.
We should.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know if you have to have 50% plus 1, or if you just have majority wins. I don't know what the rules are. So, but we need to find that out.
It'll be interesting.
wonder if everyone would show up at our canvas.
Never know. Dennis Patillo was elected chairman of the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority. Also, Ricky Model from Port Lavaca was elected secretary treasurer. So, and then we have on your schools a story about a Calhoun. I don't know what grade she's in, but it's a young girl junior chef competition that the Calhoun County School District had, and this young girl won. She sounds like an amazing cook.
She said that's it too.
No, is it good? And then in sports, we have El Campo feature by Ray on El Campo girls basketball.
What did we get on that correction?
We said someone was appointed, but actually it was the county commissioners appointed them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
said the group formed by itself, basically.
Yeah. And it was actually commissioners appointed them,
Oh.
and then we had the week for the meetings run.
Oh.
She said next week. Anyway, she thought it was this week. And then in the world or in the state digest, I don't see. Do you know anything going on in the state today?
Mm.
No, a whole lot.
Legislature's a meeting. And in the world according without shutdown government is resuming.
I saw on AP, I don't have my, oh, well, the AP app said that Trump feels that he doesn't think that there's gonna be an acceptable compromise for him, or a compromise that he's willing to accept. Cause I think he wants a full-blown wall, and the Democrats aren't gonna give it to him. But I think they'll give him lots of money for border security, but I don't know if they can restrict its spending, can they?
Yeah.
I imagine they can.
They need to get busy and rewrite the policies in which people are allowed in. And that's just my opinion. Because then if they have better updated policies, hopefully more people would be able to come over legally. And we also, in the meantime, we need the more border security. But we don't need a wall, we don't need a fence. We already have a fence, part of the border, but person I was talking to over the weekend just realized that the $5 billion was just for a small portion of the wall, and that was only for 1 year, and they kept saying, so why is it so expensive? It's like, you don't need one.
Well, it's been estimated that a full-blown wall from sea to sea would be about $30+ billion. This is just 5.7 is just the down payment. And by the time it gets all built, I'm sure you factor in inflation, we're talking probably about $35 billion. But that's assuming, I mean, there's heavy fence, in some portions. And the government doesn't have the right of way on a lot of that property either. It goes through a sovereign Indian nation, the border does. And that Indian nation basically said they're gonna fight, they're not gonna put a wall on their property. They're not gonna allow the US government to put a wall on their property.
It's not over with yet. Hopefully they can come to an agreement before the February 15th, so the government doesn't shut down again.
And I could just see the proposal, it's like, okay, we'll just wall out the sovereign Indian nation and make it part of Mexico.
I can't do that either. Okay, so anything else from anybody? Okay, well, here's our trivia question. Which U.S. president was once arrested by a D.C. policeman for speeding?
I was gonna guess.
Go for it.
JFK.
No. Got a guess, Tom?
Teddy Roosevelt.
No. arrested on one. Ulysses S. Grant. He was driving a horse and buggy recklessly through the streets.
Oh, I thought it said vehicle.
I didn't say
And
vehicle.
then it just said it was ticketed by police.
Arrested by police
Oh,
for
arrested by
speeding.
police for speeding.
Ah, a little tricky.
Yes, it was.
So with that bit of knowledge for the day, koalas are marsupials, and Ulysses S. Grant was once arrested by D.C. police for speeding.
I'm sure he was intoxicated.
Oh, probably. Who knows?
Didn't he die bankrupt or broke? But he did, I think he allowed a biography to be written, and that's what made him money at the very end. It was a sad story. I think it was Grant.
Saw his tomb in New York City. Okay, well, sign up for today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.